Okay, next, we are moving from the creative sector to the phenomenon referred to as business process outsourcing. The next level roadmap encapsulates the idea that young people and a lot of young unemployed Nigerians can't find expression in the workplace through outsourcing. Now, business process outsourcing essentially means carrying out a specific business function for consumers in another country, in a country such as Nigeria, and Nigerian employees doing some work for a client who is in the United Kingdom or in the United States of America. Now, these functions are as diverse as they come, from customer support to basic call center services, to marketing, to accounting, to legal services, and the whole bevy of the digital media industry in animation, filmmaking, illustration, and even in computer programming. So these services are really one of the ways that this administration has identified as a means to employing millions, as other jurisdictions have done. India is one success story that is often spoken about, just as Malaysia, Indonesia, and recently we have seen incursions even in African countries. Nigeria's plan is to pioneer and lead the outsourcing effort, because all the factors favor Nigeria. We are the second highest speakers of English globally. We have a workforce that mostly are trained in universities and with a college education can grasp what foreign clients will need. To speak to us about business process outsourcing at the next level, we have a company who has pioneered these efforts in Kaduna. The company, Outsourcing Global, is led by Amal Hassan. And today they are represented, the company is represented by Hassan Maruf Mukhtar. And they are going to show us how they have, against all odds, thrived in procuring clients from other jurisdictions and shown that this is a proof of concept. So we will look at a multimedia presentation that describes this in a few minutes, while Mr. Hassan Maruf Mukhtar makes his way to make his presentation on behalf of Outsource Global. So please, multimedia.
By 2005, we trained a lot of IT professionals, and we realized that they couldn't get employed. So I started researching on what they could do to change the employment situation of our people. I stumbled on BPO. I looked at India and realized that business process outsourcing provided millions of jobs to Indians. At the time that I was researching, it provided about 2.2 million jobs. And I said, why not Nigeria? I looked at the parameters. Nigeria, we have better English-speaking people. We have very good educated workforce. We have better timeline than India. We have the right infrastructure. And I said, we can do it. And I moved towards setting up the company. We went live in 2016. Within 1 year of operations, we achieved a 5-year plan. We have made Nigeria an outsourcing destination.
At Outsource Global, we have four main core values: to have integrity at all times, to insist on the highest standards, to make an impact, and to constantly be improving. And these core values, they're not just words that we put on a poster, they're things that we live by every single day. They actually dictate who we hire into the company and how we evaluate our staff during their evaluation period. One of the great things about Outsource Global is that we can cater to so many different types of clients. Some clients prefer to be handheld throughout the whole operations process, and we can account for that. Other clients would prefer to just tell us, this is what I need done, run with it, and we have the ability to run through that from beginning to end.
We have qualified individuals that have different specializations. We have lawyers that are servicing the U.S. market. We have IT people that are servicing the U.S. market. We have medical practitioners servicing the U.S. market. We have people that are specialized in different fields servicing the U.S. market. So if we could do it for U.S., we could actually do it for other countries as well. And what we give our American clients is purely American accent.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo and his wife, the person we are all here in honor of, Your Excellency Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, permit me to stand on all existing protocols. Can we have the slides, please? Yeah. More than decades ago, companies started outsourcing their businesses, process, and functions to offshore locations. This is mainly to cut down on costs and focus on core business activities. Since then, the global outsourcing industry has come a long way. A brief look at the global outsourcing market. Last year alone, the industry recorded $86.5 billion US. That is 12 million higher than the previous year in 2017. Outsourcing today provides 1.3 million jobs globally, and these numbers are expected to grow to about 1.7 million jobs in the next few years. India, Philippines, Brazil, and China are the top outsourcing destinations in the world today. A research shows that 78% of companies that outsource a business process are satisfied with the outcome. Outsourcing, being a service export, contributes significantly to the GDP of a country through foreign exchange earnings. Today, Nigeria is uniquely positioned to benefit from the global outsourcing market with its comparatively better time zone with respect to Europe and the US. Our better English diction and a high volume of English speakers is also an advantage. Teaming educated youth population with thousands of youths graduating annually. This is important because most outsourcing entry jobs require little or no experience. When compared with countries like India and Philippines, who have created multi-billion-dollar industries from global outsourcing, we are definitely in a position to do better if we try. This is exactly what Amal Hassan has done with Outsource Global since its inception. A brief look at our story. We started operations in the year 2016, and like Amal earlier mentioned, we were able to achieve our 5-year plan in the first year due to the demand globally. We have created over 800 direct jobs cutting across various professions like IT, lawyers, medical professionals, and many more. And we are still not able to meet the international demand today. We are also big on empowering women. Our gender ratio as it stands today is 50-50, with 80% of leadership roles occupied by women. We also focus on recruiting economically and physically challenged individuals. bringing them into a competitive, diverse workforce. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering how we're able to achieve this in a short period. Outsource Global is the first international contact center and business process outsourcing company provider in Nigeria. Today, we are successfully making Nigeria and Africa an international business process outsourcing destination. We're the first IAOP-compliant commercial call center in West Africa. What this means, it's not just in terms of technology compliance, but from the seating arrangements to workstation dimensions, to lighting in the production floors, to temperature, and many more are all in line with international BPO standards, which is what international clients look at before they outsource to a BPO company. We are also the first Nigerian call center serving the UK and US markets, making up about 80% of our current clients. We currently operate from an ultra-modern facility in Abuja, Lagos, and Kaduna. We are also set to build a 5,000-seater facility here in Abuja to meet the growing demand of outsourcing jobs in Nigeria. Next slide, please. This year's colloquium is focused on jobs and the economy, which are also among the key focus on the next level. You'll be glad to know, Your Excellency, Outsource Global has been in the forefront of improving the status quo. We seek to positively impact the employment and income challenge among our youth by creating diverse jobs, spanning various professionals or knowledge-based services, provided to an international businesses at competitive rates. In terms of economic impact, 70% of our revenue is earned from foreign exchange, and strongly believe that at scale, our industry can contribute significantly to Nigeria's non-oil export earnings. Currently, India and Philippines are the top outsourcing destinations in the world. We strongly believe Nigeria is better positioned to be the global leader in BPO based on comparative advantages earlier mentioned. We believe the federal government can improve the underdeveloped BPO sector and create business-friendly policies that will promote sustainable growth of the sector, ultimately at the end leading to job creation and economic stability. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mukhtar. So just to invite everyone who's attending the colloquium to note that we have a wide curation of content that we ensure encapsulates all the ideas that are expressed either here or by experts within the sectors that we speak about. So I'm sure you might have them in your folder or your package, and it's this book is an illustrated guide. Who is Bola Tinubu? Is an illustration of the biography of our celebrant. Then there's a what is social investment. Then this year's theme, what is next level. Then also our publication, our official journal for the year, is titled Next Level. Please endeavor to keep and go through them. So we have come to the highlight of this segment, which is the thematic area, before we move to the part where we get to celebrate. But to give the chairman's summary and remarks, we are going to invite someone who has been a key organizer of the colloquium for over the years. But just before that, talking about books, we have the Vice Chancellor of Lagos State, Professor Lanre Fagbon, who has put together a compilation of thoughts on statesmanship and political leadership in honor of our celebrant. Can Professor Lanre Fagbon quickly come to just give a 1-minute introduction of what this book is about and present it to our celebrant? The Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University, Professor Lanre Fagbon.
Your Excellency, the Vice President and his amiable wife, Your Excellency, the honoree of today and distinguished Senator Oluremi Tinubu, Your Excellencies here present, ladies and gentlemen, the book, the 562-page book that I am about to present is a serious work of scholarship. I'm able to say that His Excellency, the honoree of today, became aware of this publication just 4 days ago on Monday night. And he saw the book for the very first time this morning when we went to see him. Your Excellencies, several scholars who have explored the role that qualitative leadership and statesmanship can play in building a persistent culture of responsibility, enduring social norms, and an institutional culture of sustainability have come to the conclusion that the death of leadership is indeed a defining challenge. It is against the background that the Lagos State University deemed it necessary to bring together distinguished scholars from across different schools of thought to share perspectives on the theme, Statesmanship and Leadership in Nigeria, Analysis of Development in Nigeria's Fourth Republic, a first script in honor of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. The edited book contains 22 highly analytical peer-reviewed scholarly presentations. There are 2 sections to the book. The first section contains intellectual discourses of the problematic dimensions of the competing perspectives of statesmanship and leadership. It covers topical subjects spanning the national question, including restructuring, political defection and democratic consolidation, godfatherism and political leadership, stomach infrastructure and political culture, historical evolution of the party system in Nigeria and conflict management in latter democracies, the institutional challenges for successful electoral management. In the second section are a set of articles which interrogate different dimensions of Asiwaju's political leadership brand and characterization of aspects of the national question. 2 chapters examine the bureaucracy and media in the period between 1999 and 2007. A glimpse into other chapters show robust discussions addressing the following: the developmental vision of Tinubu and his state-building drive, a content analysis of the Jagaban brand, the crisis of fiscal federalism in Nigeria, with focus on the confrontation on creation of local government and the federation account. Whilst one article attempts to assess Tinubu's contribution to Pan-Africanism, the 2 other articles attempt the psychological and sociological profiling of Tinubu as a charismatic in a classical Weberian sense. A final article examines the place of Tinubu in the Yoruba political space. The foreword is written by the Honorable Minister for Power, Housing and Works, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, SAN, while the preface was written by distinguished Professor Peter Okebukola. Why Asiwaju Bola Tinubu? His Excellency, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is a Pan-African leader whose charity in public service and political leadership is already firmly rooted. Asiwaju is a natural curator of talents and a rallying point of what is possible in pursuit of excellence in leadership and statesmanship. Through his foresight, Lagos remains Nigeria's center of excellence. His political leadership skills continue to inspire progressive aspirations across the nook and cranny of Africa. In the context of epistemology and teachings, the heritage of Bola Tinubu is neither problematic nor complex for his followers and any curious thinker to identify. Just like Marx, Bola Tinubu's is a theory of ideas and reality. He understands the new Lagos anchored on he understands the primacy of reality and the determination of ideas by reality. The way Tinubu started the new Lagos, anchored on the nation of an overall blueprint, is idealism. On the other hand, his response of looking inwards, when Lagos State was seriously challenged by the decision of the Obasanjo administration, is reflective of the ideology of a realist. The Lagos State University, in conclusion, seeks to leverage on the Tinubu brand and legacy to inspire current and future generations of leaders, statesmen and visionary leaders. This is a prelude to the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Spirit of Africa Awards that we'll be holding subsequently. On behalf of the visitor of our university, the governing council of our university, and the entire university community, we wish His Excellency a happy birthday. Thank you very much.